Cake Entertainment. I'm here with Pandora, one of our 9 kitties. I wanted to start with Pandora because I'm not able to get Rosemary out on the screen porch. She's been kind of anti-screen porch recently, staying out there. So maybe sometime during this live stream, we'll be outside again with Pandora, or not Pandora, but with Rosemary out on our screened-in porch. But I just wanted to start here with Rosemary. Let me start a poll, of course. A simple poll. Do you love cats? And then I need to put in, make sure all chats or messages are available. Okay, and we're good to go now. Hey there, Bruce. How you doing? How are things? Hello there, John. How are you doing? How are things? Bruce, glad to do that you're doing well. Myself, I am doing okay. You may not know Bruce, but I'm used to work in the school system, and I plan on getting back into the school system here. I was trying to work like an online job, but it wasn't working for me. Trying to work from home. My wife works from home in clinical research, and I wanted to try to kind of follow in her steps, but I don't think it was for me. So I'm just trying to get back to working in person and working back in the school system. John, not so good. The last day and a half was rough. How come, John? Personal or what? Kind of in the same boat somewhat, John. That's why I'm kind of starting with Rosemary. My wife is she makes it look easy working from home. Yes, she's been doing that for quite a while, and I think it's just more of her personality, able to kind of sit and stare at screens for hours at a time. But it's not for me. I don't know if you ever had the opportunity to work from home, if you would or not. What you think about that. Maybe that's a poll question I can put up a little later. We'll see. Hello there, Betty. Hope you're doing well today. Thanks for popping in. Let me know how things are going out there for you. Ooh, John, that's rough. Doris's daughter-in-law was found murdered in inner city Baltimore yesterday morning. I am sorry to hear about that, John. That kind of stuff is never easy, obviously, to hear or to go through. So obviously, our condolences and thoughts and prayers are with Doris as far as that goes. So hopefully, yeah, I don't know really to say on that, but just we'll have some support out here in North Carolina, and wish the best going forward. Deepest sympathies for that situation, John. Kind of puts things into perspective, doesn't it? Hello there, April. If you don't know, April there is my sister. So if you want to say hello to her, you can. Obviously, if you want to, you don't have to, but hopefully things are going well out there in Arizona. John, Doris goes through so much. Thanks for the prayers. Yeah, no problem, John. Absolutely. That's what we're here for, right? Kind of a YouTube cat family, always trying to support the best we can. But I wanted to start, and I got to stop saying so much. Got to get that out of my vocabulary. With today's stream, just starting with Pandora, because Pandora's been home now about 4 days, and the first day and a half or so Thursday, we got her back. She was doing fairly well, eating on her own. Friday, she was doing well, eating on her own. Saturday morning, comes around. Hello there, Rev. Hope you're doing well. How are things? How are things going, Rev, with you down in Florida? Uh, Saturday, like I said, Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon go okay, and then unfortunately Pandora started eating. Hello there, Shannon, aka Shane. Hope you're doing well. Let me know how things are going with you and yours. Rev, today is a great day. Awesome, Rev. That's good to hear. Hopefully you're feeling better day by day. Uh, But anyways, so what I was saying was Pandora stopped eating on her own, so we gave her an appetite stimulant Saturday afternoon, and Saturday evening, I should say. And normally it takes an hour or two to kick in, but it did not do anything for her appetite. She pretty much refused to eat. So unfortunately, we had to start force feeding, syringe feeding her again on Saturday. Sunday rolls around, the same thing. She would eat some dry food. She eats a very small amount of wet food on her own. So we had to syringe slash force feed her again yesterday. This so far today, again, the same kind of story. She would eat a very small amount of wet food. And some dry food, but again, having to syringe feed her because her weight was very low a couple days ago because we weigh her almost every 2 or 3 days or so. Her weight was down to about 7 pounds, which is the lowest she's ever been with us since we've been force feeding and syringe feeding her. We got her weight back up to 7.2 again. Now, I was going to call the animal hospital that she had her her iodine treatment at, but they got away from me. I had to take Rosemary into the vet also, and I'll get on Rosemary later when I talk about Rosemary and what's going on with Rosemary. I tell you, it's always having so many kitties. It's always an adventure. My wife always says the cats always keep us on our toes, and that's definitely for sure. But I was doing a little bit of research that I just hadn't thought about like before we did the treatment because we thought once she gets this treatment, she's pretty much good to go, right? You take care of the thyroid, and everything else is fine. But it turns out that that's not always the case. Sometimes there is some tissue left over that's still going to cause her thyroid to kind of overclock, which is a possibility. Sorry, I just had to make sure she's breathing there because she's very still right now. And so sometimes a second treatment is required in order for it to get the rest. Sometimes the vet, being cautious, doesn't put enough radiation into the bloodstream with a shot for it to kill all the stuff that it needs to kill. Sometimes the cat doesn't react well for the first 2 weeks or so, 2 weeks to a month. So that's why you have to be very proactive and keep an eye on things. So I will definitely say, like her energy levels. Hello there, Day. Never mind. I was gonna say I don't know what your name is, but I can't. I'm not gonna try to pronounce it. Hello there, friend. If you love kitties, you're on the right channel here. You're on the right live stream. We got 9 cats all together. I'm talking about our one cat that just recently underwent radiation treatment to help her thyroid disease that she has. So what I'm saying is, unfortunately, Pandora is definitely still in the woods. We thought we were starting to see, a clearing of the woods, if you will, but we're in the woods still. And these next, like 2 to 4 weeks are going to be very crucial and very critical. John, I think in the earlier comment you said she looks peaceful. She's definitely, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes on if a cat is peaceful or if they're just not feeling well, right? And I mean, she's breathing, but her energy is like nothing. But that can happen though, because they're kind of resetting their metabolism. But we did not expect this type of let her get settled again before I'll continue talking. This sort of reaction where, I mean, she's just very, very lethargic. I mean, you can just see it kind of in her eye. Like her eye is just not. You can always tell if a cat's not feeling well for her in their eyes, usually. Hello there, James. April, I will be praying for her, give her some love and hugs. Told her I love her. Awesome, thank you. Shannon, they will hide their discomfort also. Oh, for sure, Shannon. Cats, I don't know about dogs as much. I think they're pretty good too, but cats are definitely masters of hiding things for sure. But we're on the right track, slowly but surely, getting some weight back. And right now, I think she's just so. Her weight is so, she's only 7.2 pounds, and this used to be a 10-point cat. So her weight is just so low right now. It's just, I'll give you an example. So we obviously live in a two-story house, for those of you who don't know. And if you're new to this live stream, hello. I just want to say hello to everybody. Name is Adam, aka Catattainment. This is Pandora, one of 9 cats. So if you love cats, I do plan on showing all 9. So just, if you want to kind of stay with us, cool. If not, that's cool too. Hello, Tranquil. Hope you're doing well, friend. Hope everything's going well with Miracle and all the other kitties also, and your mom also. John, you're right, Adam. Hide it as they will. Their eyes usually tell something's wrong. Yeah, and for her eyes, John, it's definitely there's just like a dullness. There's like a I'm here, but I'm not fully here kind of thing. And we hope soon to kind of get that spark back in her eyes because it's just been a couple of days where we saw it, and then now it's kind of hidden again, unfortunately. But obviously, we will continue to do the best we can for her. We have an appointment set up for her in about 10 days or so, kind of her post-op, to check her thyroid level and to just check her overall condition. She does not like being force-fed, syringe-fed. She definitely is fighting it, which I guess is a good thing because she's showing some strength in that, which is good, right? But I don't know. It's one of those things. It's tough. Y'all have probably been in a situation where you're with a kitty or a doggy with you, Rev, because I know you got your doggies, and I think others probably have doggies too, where you're doing the best you can, but you feel like you're just missing something, or it's just so difficult to. You got to stay strong. You got to be strong, but sometimes, I mean, it's like, dang, it's so difficult to keep up like positive spirits and stuff like that. John, hopefully it's 2 step forwards, 1 step back while progress is happening slowly. John, yeah, definitely when I did a little bit more research of like post I-31 treatment and kind of like what happens after and just if the cat doesn't react normally or just feels off, it's kind of encouraging or comforting, I guess, to and maybe y'all are like this too. When you go online and you look at forums, like cat forums or health forums, and you're reading other people's situation that they've been through, and you're kind of going through it right now, it kind of gives you some hope, obviously, and some comfort and some guidance, I guess, if you will. Obviously, I'll call the vet or I'll call the hospital tomorrow that she went to just kind of give them an update and see if they can tell me like I don't know anything in particular, maybe a certain food or some just words of encouragement or just some words of advice. I think is always helpful. At least I always found it helpful personally. Those who have been through it before. And, again, I got to say, this hyperthyroidism is awful. I when very like a side subject here. I'll get to back to Pandora for a second. But when I took Rosemary into the vet, and we saw a different vet, we didn't see her normal vet because they weren't working today. And I was telling the vet, we were just kind of talking a little bit about our other cats, because they all know we have 9, and I was telling her about Zelda, who is our diabetic kitty, and I said we've had Zelda for nearly 20 years, and she's had diabetes for like 8 years, and she says, wow, that's really quite something. I mean, because the typical cat, once they get diabetes, they only usually live for 3 years once they get diagnosed on for diabetes. So to have her for almost 9 years when she's became diabetic is really quite something. And they just said, "Well, you must be really good at what you're doing." I said, "Well, we try the best we can." It's difficult, kind of balancing and juggling all these cats. I mean, I will say, sometimes a con for having so many is the juggling and is the financial hit that you will take. There are pros for sure, but there are definitely cons also. And I like sometimes just to like talk about cons. Icon, when you love a pet, you can become quite the expert. Yeah, oh, definitely. I agree with you there, James. Completely agree. So, in saying all that, that's kind of where we're at with Pandora right now. I appreciate all the words of support and prayers. We will definitely keep you all updated through these live streams and through community posts, of course. Um, Let me see. Adam, if you don't mind, I'd like to steal the show for a second. Now that I have my earbud in, I can break the great news. You're going to be the first to hear the news. Yeah, Rev, go ahead. I'll keep on talking, Rev, of course, but yeah, I'll whatever you put in the chat, I'll also say. But go ahead, have at it. But anyways, like I was saying, we'll keep Pandora, kind of keep her up to date. Her situation. At least she's becoming less and less radioactive, so that's a good thing. And then where we're storing her poop is becoming more and more radioactive. So it's one of those things. But you can see, I'm going to kind of just hover over her body and not really say anything, but you can kind of see, I mean, you see here, you can see how bony we are. So Rev, in June, I'm going to be taking a vacation, and I'm going to my family reunion. Awesome, Rev. I hope that goes well, Rev, in June. Is that going to be in Florida, Rev, or is that in another state? Just let us know in the chat. But anyways, as I was saying, you can see the bone here, right? And she's not wanting me to do this, but you can see her bone here. You can kind of see she's got a little bit of dry food on her, but you can just kind of see how skinny she is right now, and you can see it in her face. She's just skinny. Rev, the reunion is in Ohio. Awesome, Rev. I hope you have a good time. And have you not seen your family in a long time, Rev? Or is it just something that y'all been planning for a while? Shannon, that's nice, Rev. Sounds great. Have a wonderful trip. Tranquil saying, Rev, if you like that sort of thing, hope you have a great time. But hopefully everybody else is doing well on this Monday. And again, if anybody, as always, I always like to say this during these live streams, if anybody has any questions about cats in general, or would like to, I don't know, they just have a question maybe about one of their kitties, or they want to know something about one of these kitties, always feel free to put it in the chat. And if you are new to this live stream, always feel free to say hello. We have a friendly group here, good group of people, mostly cat lovers and dog lovers, Rev, and maybe Shannon. I'm not sure who all has dogs and who has all kitties. But we're going to spend a few more minutes with Pandora, and then we're going to go and obviously just hang out with the other ones for a little bit. And then once we get up to Rosemary, I'll kind of tell you about her vet visit that she had today. Tranquil. For me, on the other hand, I would rather not experience anything with my family. Tranquil. I don't know if my sister is on here still or not, but my family is very interesting, stubborn, crazy. They're still my family, so I still love them, but I don't necessarily like them most of the time. And I'll leave it at that. And my wife says nuts. Rev, so this has been something that's been planned since the first of the year, but all plans have failed. Okay. But with Trev and JD delay 5150, I'm going to fly up. Okay. Well, that sounds good, Rev. You know, you only have one family. Hopefully, you got a good, non crazy like family that I don't know that are semi good with each other. Is what I'll say. Hello there, Oliver. Hope you're doing well, Oliver. If you love kitties, we have 9 kitties here, Oliver, altogether. The one you're looking at right now is Pandora. Pandora recently had a radiation treatment. She had a overactive thyroid, so she was given a shot which puts radiation into the bloodstream. It goes up into the thyroid and it destroys the overactive thyroid tissues and tumor that was attached to her thyroid. She is not feeling very well right now, which isn't completely uncommon after this treatment. But hopefully she will get better. But right now she's doing, yeah, she's not doing the greatest, but she's here. My wife and I take very good care of our kitties. Like I said, we have 9 right now. We have 13 altogether as a couple so far, and I have like decades of experience working with cats. So, but if you want to stay tuned, Oliver, and you love the kitties, I'm gonna go show some of the other kitties here in a second. Rosemary's outside. Okay, so if Rosemary hopefully is still outside, then we're gonna go check on Rosemary next outside. We might get back to Pandora, but if we don't, then everybody just say goodbye to Pandora. I'm going to try to get her back on here in a moment. Let me just kind of check up with chat here, make sure I'm not missing anything. Um, Tranquil, you're so completely different than any of your family. I have nothing in common with any of them. John, we just barely do fine seeing each other for more than 3 times a year. Rev, my family, what did I say? Rev, my family is kind of crazy, but we love each other and are supportive. Awesome to hear. All right. Like I said, we might be back with Pandora. And then my wife is saying she can't guarantee that Rosemary will still be outside by the time I come downstairs. So we will see. Let's make our way downstairs. What? You mean the sound? Oh, yeah. All right, so we are. I don't want to close that all the way. We're out on our screened-in porch that we built back in August. And this little kitty is Rosemary. Rosemary, if you're still here, Oliver, and anybody who else might be new to this live, she is about 16 or 17. Rosemary is deaf. Rosemary, and I'll get a better shot of her in a second. Rosemary also has thyroid disease. She, though, is relatively controlled with her thyroid with medication for the most part. A very little, I'm going to make her backstory pretty quick. Let me see, Dear Rosemary, love that song. So Rosemary's backstory, very quickly. About 2 years ago, I was working in an animal hospital, and her quote unquote owner, and something you'll hear from me if you are new to this live and new to this channel, I despise the word owner. I don't believe that there are cat or dog owners. I think there are cat and dog parents, and more in particular, cat and dog cahoos. If you're not familiar with the term kahoo, I would take a look on online, Google it. I just like the word kahoo a heck of a lot better. And yeah, so Oliver, Rev, just above you, he spelled it out Kahu. But anyways, like I was saying with Rosemary, her quote unquote owner brought her in because she couldn't deal with her anymore, and she wanted our animal hospital to put her down because she couldn't take care of her or she didn't want to deal with her. I forgot exactly the story, but it's like, thank goodness our like hospital manager and vets, they took a look at her and they said, no, we're not going to take this, we're not going to put this kitty down because, you know, she's skinny, yes. Oh, she got a big O yawn there. She's skinny, yes, but she's in good health. At the time, they didn't know she had thyroid disease. They learned that later through a blood test. But they did realize quickly that she couldn't hear because they were like doing like a lot of snapping, right, by like her ears, and they noticed that she wasn't getting. There was like no reaction. So I don't know if she was born deaf or maybe she became deaf in you know through her years as she got older. I have no idea on that. But we've had a Rosemary for going on about 18 months now. One of the hard things with Rosemary, though, she does not get along with other cats whatsoever. She is like a one-person cat only. So we tried to integrate her with our other 8. It did not go well. It did not work. We never had an issue before integrating our cats, or a new kitty with our group. But her, it was just not happening. So, because of that, she does have her own private room, which I will show when I go back upstairs. I'll give a quick little tour. It's like a little hotel, basically. She's pretty much fully stocked in her room. Now, she's obviously in her room during the nighttime for her own safety and for the other cat's safety. During the daytime, we get her out as much as we can. Normally, like 4 to 6 hours a day, give or take. It really depends. So she can have outside time too. And obviously, when she's outside, the other cats are in rooms again for safety. Revo will be honest, she has a kitty spa. Yeah, she's got quite a bit. She's definitely spoiled. She is definitely attached to me. But anyways, so I wanted to talk briefly. I don't want to talk too much about this. So she had a vet appointment today because, again, and another thing, if you're new to this channel or if you're hearing me for the first time, I'm pretty honest and I'm pretty open to like what's going on in our cats' lives, because I feel like that's the best way. It's just to be real. Sometimes, you know, people get offended by it. Timer for YouTube is about to finish, guy. Okay, Oliver, take care. Thanks for staying in. Got chores to do. Bye, Shannon. Y'all take care. But anyways, like I was talking about with Rosemary, recently, the last 5 days or so, 5 to 7 days or so, she has been having some diarrhea. Sometimes the diarrhea is like the color brown, which is more of a normal color. And this is also like another heads up if you didn't know this before. Sometimes it's been yellow. Now, yellow quite often indicates there's something going on potentially with the liver. There's something going on with the gallbladder. There's something going on with just some sort of infection, not infection, inflammation of some sort in the digestive tract. Hi, honey. So we did a full panel of blood work. We'll get the results tomorrow. and we will go from there. So, could it be that her thyroid is starting to kind of overclock again or get high again, and we have to do a medication adjustment? It's possible. Could it be that her liver is starting to not shut down but have issues? Again, it's possible, and she's giving me her back right now because she's like, I don't want to look at you anymore. Again, it's possible. Obviously, whatever the blood work reveals, we will take the appropriate steps to, give her whatever remaining time she has, because who knows? She's 16, 17. I mean, how long can she really be around still? You never know. Hopefully for years, but again, just being honest and being realistic. It's just, you just never know. But that's what's going on with Rosemary. She did fairly well with her blood draw. She always does. She was screeching in the car like she always does. One thing about Rosemary is, because she is deaf, and I might have to get a better shot of her in a second here. Because she is deaf, she doesn't have volume control when she meows. So normally when a cat meows, they're able to kind of adjust how quietly or how loud, I guess, their meow is going to be. But because she can't regulate that, her meows often can be very loud, and no fooling, a lot of the time she can kind of sound like a prehistoric bird, or what we think a prehistoric bird would sound like a pterodactyl or something. Very loud, like loud you can hear her throughout the whole house loud, like loud you can hear her outside of the house loud. She gets very loud when she goes off. She would be the perfect alarm clock. Maybe eventually I'll record her meow, her really, really, really crazy loud one, and I'll put it on a short or something, or I don't know, I'll do something with it perhaps. But anyways, that's what's going on with Rosemary. And at the moment, as you can see, she's just kind of somewhat sunning herself. If you are, always just kind of keep an eye on the little head count. If you're new to this channel, hello, name is Adam. This is Rosemary, one of 9 kitties that we have all together in our group. Feel free to say hello in chat if you want to. If not, all good, no worries. We'll hang out with Rosemary for a little longer, and then we will go back upstairs and kind of check out, see what the other 7 are doing. John, I recently learned that Maine Coon cats have the shortest average lifespan of all domestic cat, probably due to their size. That's sad. Rev, that would be cool to see. John, yeah, it probably is because of their size. Those like Maine Coons and Norwegian forest cats, they are definitely bigger. And, what comes with bigger is normally they have a bigger heart. You have a bigger heart, normally you're going to have issues with that heart. So, yeah, I mean, that kind of makes sense in that situation. It's kind of like Siamese cats, I want to say, like as far as breeds go, they're one of the longest living on average breeds. Siamese are, because they can get very, very small. I mean, they get down to like 4 pounds, and they can still be healthy. But anyways, but no, that does make sense. Bigger cat, bigger frame, bigger heart just can lead to more issues. It's kind of like a human, right? I mean, it's when a human has a larger heart, they're more susceptible to having more heart related issues. And that's one of those organs. I mean, it's a pretty vital organ. Obviously, you got to have a good working heart to live and to function. And once you start having heart issues, I mean, it's difficult from there. I mean, we had a Norman, who was an orange tabby that passed on a few years ago. He unfortunately developed some heart issues, congestive heart failure. Like the lining around his heart became rigid, and fluid was developing around it. We tried to get him on medication that would kind of pull the fluids away from his heart, but unfortunately it's just It's just a matter of time. And he lost his battle not too far after, not too far after he got diagnosed with congestive heart failure. So it's a tough one. Uh, let's see. Bruce, I got a Maine Coon. Okay. And then Rev, who needs a heart? I don't know, Rev. I look at certain people, like people who don't love animals. I don't think they may not have hearts. To be honest with you, if they don't love cats or dogs, birds, fish, animals in general, if you don't love animals, you may not have a heart. I'll get political here just very, very quickly. Very quickly. Politicians, to me, most of them don't have hearts either. Heart or consciouses, can't talk. Uh, a conscience. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's see. April was saying that, yep, mom had Lillian. Lillian was a Siamese. Yep, I do remember that, April. And Lillian got to be very, very small. Lillian was a feisty old lady. For sure. John Louis is 8 now, and he's 23 pounds, and he has a big heart. John, hopefully you have many years left with Louis. You never can tell, obviously. But hopefully with Louis you have many good, loving years left. Goodbye there. I'm not going to be able to say your name, but bye. I'll just call you D. Have a good rest of your night or day. Thanks for popping in, and hopefully we'll see you maybe on another live. I do these every day. But I think we spent about enough time out here with Rosemary, so we're going to go upstairs, and we're going to go hang out with, I think Tang and Yoda are together, those two goofballs. So we're going to go hang out with them for a little bit, and then we'll hang out with the others, and then maybe I'll, depending on what the time is, I'll kind of wrap up with Pandora. I kind of started with Pandora, and I'll finish up with Pandora. So we're gonna say goodbye to Rosemary for now. Let me get a little bit closer. I'm gonna zoom out here. Hi. No meow meows. You wanna bite me instead? You got me on camera, you gotta bite me? I know you wanna bite. 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 Alright. What?
Just watching it.
Okay. Back up the stairs. So before we need escalators. It's definitely not easy having bad knees going up and down stairs. It's for sure not easy. Okay. So here we have Yoda. That goofy tuxedo. Who's got fleas apparently. And we got Tang. That loving orange tabby. John, your house looks like a palace compared to... Well, John, I mean, it is a decent sized house. I will say that for sure. It's about a little under 3,000 square feet. But I think when we do eventually move out of here, which right now is unknown, but possibly next year to back to the coast again. We're definitely looking into a ranch style home. So that'll be good on the knees. But we will see. Yes, we need to downsize for sure. But anyway, so this is Yoda. Those who are new, obviously, to this channel or are catching this live stream, he's about 7, and nope, sorry, Tang, got to move you, buddy. Tang is 3. Oh, and by the way, most of our cats here, almost all the cats that we are seeing here, they're either mostly rescues in some way or another, or they're foster fails. Like Tang here, we fostered him, his siblings, so many siblings. He had 6. He had, well, there were a litter of 6, so he had 5 siblings. Crazy bunch. And he was the quiet one, and now he's a big loudmouth. So he was maybe fooling us as he was a young lad, a young kitten, into the loudmouth that he became. But I think everybody loves Yoda. And then Tang, who is on me right now, and Tang weighs a bit. He also is another foster fail. He was in with a litter of 5 altogether, and we adopted him and his sister, Tiny. Now, hopefully, I can play with Tang for a few moments without this one getting jealous, because that one always gets jealous. He always needs all the attention. He's a pretentious little petulant little kitten, basically, that's never going to grow up. You showing off that big old belly? Yes, you are showing off that belly. I think somebody said earlier in chat, they might have left, that these kids, well, they're kind of our kids, I guess, but these cats are very chill. And I will say yes, for the most part, our cats in general are usually a very chill. Sometimes Yoda's a lunatic, but usually they are pretty chill with each other and chill with us. They're just laid back kitties for the most part. I know I got your belly. Fun fact, if you didn't know this, just looking at the orange tabby here, the bulk of orange tabbies, not all, but most, are male. That's just how it is with their genes. Most of them, when they're born male. There are female orange tabbies, obviously, but the bulk of them are male. This one's male. The one before, Norman, the one who passed away, I was talking about earlier, he was male. We fostered a group of 3 orange tabbies. They were named off of the characters of Narnia. They were all male. The vet, though, that we go to, the local vet that we go to, has a orange tabby who's a hospital cat. She's a female, so she's a rare one. Well, he's a good boy, though. A little fun fact on Yoda, if you're seeing this for the first time, I always just like to kind of give these little tidbits about these cats, because I don't know who might be like listening for the first time and new to this live, new to this channel, I should say. He has fangs. His front teeth are chipped because we don't really know why. He used to like chew on the faucet. So maybe he chipped his teeth on our kitchen faucet. So it's something we have to kind of keep an eye on, because eventually his 2 big chompers, his canines, might have to get extracted eventually. Tang is posing right now. He says, "Get back to me. I'm doing a pose. I'm being cute here." Rev, I think it would be fun to have a male calico. Rev, it would definitely be interesting. Again, we've had a few calicos here and there. They all are nuts, it seems like. And again, kind of getting back to the rarity of orange tabby females, I guess my sister is saying that Ginger, one of her orange tabbies, is a girl also. And with calicos, it's even more rare to find a male calico. It's very, 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 very rare. Rare. He's not dehydrated, is he? Rev, are you talking about Tang? Or are you talking about Yoda and him wanting to chew on the faucet? Let me know in chat. I'm assuming you're talking about Yoda, but just let me know.
Ooh, you know, the belly, the beast.
Drawn three colors is 99% female always. Yeah, with the calicos. Are you calm today? No, no, whatchamacallit, no catnip, I know today. Rev, April, I gave you a banana. Rev, April's not gonna know what a banana means. That's my sister, and she doesn't have any content on her YouTube channel. So, I mean, you can give a banana if you want to, but it's not gonna do anything. Or I guess you'll have one subscriber now. I have no problem saying subscriber, by the way. So I know before, like in the past, people were like all freaked out about saying subscriber. They use banana or whatever. I don't believe in that. I don't think like that. So you can call it a subscriber, or you can say subscriber if you want to. So just a heads up on that. I think there's a lot of YouTube kind of misinformation and nonsense that's out there that I don't follow, and I don't put any stock into. So, but that's just me. So I know Yoda's just hanging in his little cube. He's trying to give you a show here, folks. Maybe I can do something silly with him and clip this and make a little short out of it or something. I probably could. Oh, Yoda, which way is it going to be? This way? Or that way? Watch my arms. That's good advice, Bruce. But I'm a far away, and there's no catnip involved today, so I think we'll be good. John, I think some of the YouTube lingo sounds more like being in the cult. No comment there, John. No comment. All right, I'm going to wrap up with these two because, as I've always said, it seems like these lives, because they're an hour, they go by super fast. I mean, it's already been 50 minutes, so in about 10 minutes, I'm going to wrap this up. I do obviously appreciate everybody hanging in there and just kind of chilling and relaxing with me and my 9. I got about 10 minutes to go. I'm going to start wrapping up these two, and then we'll head into the other room and kind of see Max, Tiny, Kit, the baby, Zelda, I think, is the group that's in there. Ooh. Well, I guess that's the end of that. We've tied this so many times. This is another thing about having quite a few kitties. Your toys don't last very long. All right. Tang's got to get a job or something in order to fix that. He's got to go I don't know, do something. Got to get him out in the fields or something, maybe. All right, you two. We'll be back. Okay. So the last room we are going to go into here and visit these lazy kitties. So on the bed, we have a trio. Always a pleasure, Rev. Thank you. Rev, I hope you don't mind that me asking for everyone to support JD. No, Rev, you're fine with that. No worries on that. You're good. John, most of my toys are broken within a month. So we have kind of a triangle going on here where we're talking about calicos earlier. The calico over there who's sleepy. We'll get a close up in a moment. Here's the baby. She's about 13. Max here, our tuxedo, one of 3 tuxedos. He's sleepy, it looks like. Like you got this camera in front of my face again, buddy. And then our oldest of the bunch back there, another tabby, gray tabby. Technically a brown and gold tabby, Zelda. She's 19. Doing strong, going strong. Over here, we have another little goofball. This is Tang's sister. So this little one is Tiny. Tiny kind of looks like Yoda a bit as far as like the facial features go. Tiny is definitely, though, chunkier than Yoda. She's got some chunk to her. And, well, my wife is saying that we should have named her Bashful. Well, most of our cats, and probably most of y'all's cats too, and dogs, Rev, you probably have multiple names, like nicknames and things like that. So, I mean, Bashful can definitely be a nickname. I mean, she's got a nickname Bowling Ball because of just her round nature and her round belly. Ooh, and I just scared her, or something spooked her. All right, honey. You got a big fluffy fat tail going on now. It's like a feather duster. Tiny. Okay, you're scared now. Little close-up of Zelda. Try to keep the camera, like, not shaky. The phone, I should say. Multiple names. Oh yes, Athena has 4 or 5, and Nanuki has about a dozen. Nice, nice, Rev. So that's Zeus, Zelda, old lady. She's a good old girl. She got her her little monkey that she likes, and right there. But for 19, for having diabetes for 9 years, for being about 13 pounds, she's doing very well for her age, for her condition. We know eventually something will take her down, but hopefully we have at least another year, 2 years, maybe 3 years still with her. Hopefully. You never can tell, obviously. You just cherish each moment that you have, cherish each day that you have, because you just don't know when your last day is going to come. So always live like, today is your last day, and try to be the best person that you can be. That's my little, I don't know, my little speech, I guess, on that. Max over here, Mr. Wide Eyes. Maxie, Maximus, Mooks. He's got multiple names, of course, too. He's always got some striking eyeballs. Kind of looks like a snake sometimes, I feel, when you rub his chin. The baby, I'm gonna go on the other side. The one kitty I'm not gonna show because she's under the bed and it's just gonna be a dark blob of a cat is gonna be Kit. So she's not gonna get on camera tonight, and that's okay. The baby here, probably the most neediest of the bunch. The baby, when she was younger, she doesn't do it much anymore. She's gotten old. She's about 13. She would always, when I had pants on, she would climb up the pants, which, depending on the thickness of the pants, her nails would go right through into my skin. So on occasion, that would be a bit painful. But again, it kind of comes with the territory. Oh, actually, we will briefly, since Kit is out, I don't want to get too much of the litter box. You know, litter box fun, right? But she's out. She's really close to the camera. Do you smell turkey in the camera, honey, or tuna? Get a little shot of her. Kit was our only adult foster that we've had so far. All of our other fosterings have always been with kittens. So Kit was an adult foster. Well, hello there, Greg. Hope you're doing well. We have 9 kitties. I don't know if you've been listening for a little while or just popped on here and wanted to say hello. So hello. Hope you're doing well on this Monday evening or morning, or well, not morning, afternoon, wherever you happen to be at. So we got 9 here all together. So that's Kit. I didn't think we were going to see her, but we did. Let me finish up real quickly on the baby. I don't know what I was going to say on the baby, so we're gonna wrap up in Pandora's room again. I'm gonna just finish up with Pandora. So Greg, if you're still in here, we got Kit. I'm not gonna be able to show all of them, Greg. I just don't have time because normally these are for an hour, so I got a few more minutes. But we have Kit. We got Max, one of our 3 tuxedos here. We got the baby. We got Zelda, our tuxedo. Another tuxedo is under the bed, and then let me show the other ones real quickly. We're gonna have 2 in this room. One of the other tuxedos that we have, Yoda, who's a very adventurous little boy. Yoda. I know you're almost gonna open that door, can't you, Yoda? And then Tang. Always good to have some orange color in your life. Orange tabbies are always such beautiful cats with their markings, I think. So I'm gonna leave these 2, and then we're gonna finish up. Nope, Yoda, you can't come out. You can't come out right now. You gotta stay in. A few more minutes. We're gonna finish up where we started this evening, with Pandora. Pandora is either a, it's a big yawn, honey, a flame seal Siamese or a Turkish fan. Rev, do you think that Sphinx cats are cute? Rev, I think they're different looking. I mean, I think they can be ugly, but sometimes ugly can be cute too. I'm sure in the eyes of their parents, they are nothing but adorable, cute little kitties. Is how I'll answer that question. I don't think I would ever have a Sphinx cat myself, though, because they require a lot of maintenance because of their lack of fur. They have to get baths. Well, they don't have to, but it's recommended to get baths. I know, Pandora, you want to keep on swinging around. They recommend them to get baths pretty frequently, a couple times a month, give or take. And, excuse me. And they also can have a lot of health issues too. So it's just something that I wouldn't necessarily want to deal with going into it. But never say never, of course. But anyways, this is Pandora, and I'm going to start wrapping up this live stream. So if you are new to this channel, excuse me, getting a high voice there for a second. If you are new to this channel and you want to see more of these kitties, I do these lives every day at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. So, you know, you can obviously join the channel if you want to see more of them. And if not, then that's cool too. But I'm going to start wrapping this up. Bruce, I have to bathe them 2 weeks. Yeah, they require a lot of maintenance. So I'm going to start saying my goodbyes to people that I know in here. So Bruce, Rev, Greg, if you're still in here, James, Icon, John, Tranquil. I'm just kind of scrolling down. April, if you're still in here. I'm just scrolling down some more. I think that's everybody that I know of that's in this chat that said something. Machiku, hello. Hope you're doing well. Machiku, we're going to start anew. We're going to start wrapping this up. So we will be back, though, tomorrow, anew, if you want to pop in tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If not, no worries. We'll catch you probably sometime. But I just want to, Tranquil, I'm sorry if I didn't say goodbye to you, too. I think I did, but if I didn't, goodbye. Goodbye, anew. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Hopefully, I will give a good report tomorrow. Hopefully, Pandora has a little bit of progress, and we will definitely talk about that and talk about anything else y'all want to talk about. Until then, goodbye, good night, have a good one, God bless, hug a kitty, adopt a older kitty if you can. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye, Pandora. And then, yeah, if anybody wants to attend that thing that Rev's talking about, JD's broadcast, have at it. Take care. Bye-bye.